We're in your neighborhood, covering what matters to you, including new developments in this scary scene at a Southside gas station. Tonight, hear from witnesses who were there and what police are saying. Plus,
focus on safety should have always been the focus.
Pleading for change. We look at the reformed aviation safety procedures lawmakers are looking at in response to January's deadly plane crash near D.C. Your Chris 6 News at 5 starts right now. And we thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Lascano. Clara's on assignment. We have new information on the man and his car who were covered in flames at a Stripes gas station Tuesday afternoon. According to one witness we spoke with, who was pumping gas nearby, he heard the man from San Antonio yell at his family. They were inside the car, told them to get out because he was going to light it on fire. The man watched the other man pour gasoline all over the car, the ground, and on himself, and when he realized what the man was doing, he quickly moved his car away, and that's when he saw the man take out a lighter and light the ground on fire.
And that's when they started putting out the flames and everything. But you did hear like the tires started to blow up and stuff like that. So it was just chaotic, and it was just horrible, honestly.
The San Antonio man was taken to Bay Area Medical Center and later airlifted to the Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio, where he remains in critical condition. Our Clara Benitez Cortez speaks with local cat rescuers who are trying to find the family's cat that ran away after getting out of that car. That's coming up tonight at 6 on Chris 6 News. The Inner Harbor Desalination Project is on pause for 30 days as City Council waits for the Texas Water Development Board to respond to key questions. Councilmember Carolyn Vaughn wrote the letter with Council members Eric Cantu, Sylvia Campos, and Gil Hernandez signing on. They want to know if funding for the project can be redirected, what the repayment terms would be, and whether additional grants are available. The 30-day pause gives the city time to get answers and possibly rethink the future of the project. This decision could have major implications for Corpus Christi's water future.
This is a generational decision. You put $1 billion of debt on the backs of a residents. They're going to be paying that off for the next 30 years.
With state support in doubt and a $1 billion decision on the line, Council's next vote could shape the region's water supply for decades. The next vote is scheduled for August 26th. Well, speaking of water, meteorologist Stephanie Lauber standing by in the Weather Center with a look at our lake levels. What do they look like, Ms. Lauber?
Well, they're not great, and this prolonged heat we've been under really makes the situation worse. So a couple of weeks ago, a popular topic was, hey, we have a lot of water coming down the Nueces River, the Frio River. Is that going to help us? It's approaching Choke Canyon. And really, it amounted to a very small amount. So let's talk about some of the heat we've seen so far this month. A lot of red days on this calendar showing days that were warmer than average. When we have hot days, and we don't have as many green days on this calendar, that allows for evaporation. So in our water supply, water evaporating off the surface right back up into the atmosphere, chipping away at these percentages, our combined lake levels. So not looking too good over the month. Lake Corpus Christi down to 19.5%, and that may even need to be updated a bit lower. Combined capacity right now, 14.8%. So hopefully we'll get some rainfall in the forecast. I'll talk about how rain chances are looking as we head on into the beginning of August, coming up in just a few minutes.
Lawmakers unveiled new legislation in response to January's deadly mid-air collision near Washington, D.C. This comes 6 months after that incident and 1 day before NTSB hearings on the crash get underway in D.C. Adam Tuss has the emotional story from the victims' families.
On Capitol Hill, family members who lost loved ones pleading for aviation safety changes. Tim and Sherry Lilly lost their son Sam in the crash. Sam was the first officer on American Airlines Flight 5342.
This is not going to be Sam's legacy to die in vain. 67 really great people lost their lives that night, and there's no reason for that.
This is a very personal matter for all of us, but we hope that by being here and sharing our story, you all buy into this also.
What they want people to buy into is legislation requiring all aircraft to have transponders, known as ADS-B systems, turned on at all times. It's a system that broadcasts an aircraft's position in real time and is said to be faster than other technology in use today. The night of the crash, that Army Black Hawk helicopter did not have its ADS-B system fully operating.
The NTSB first recommended ADS-B in nearly 20 years ago. We are going to make that happen this year.
And for damn sure, they need to turn them on. They need to turn them on when they're in those airspaces. The military, if they're going to be in the airspace, they need to turn on their transponders.
Doug Lane lost his wife and son in the crash.
This is not about politics for us. It's about saving lives. Every meaningful step towards transparency, accountability, and safer skies is a victory for every family who has suffered an unimaginable loss.
The NTSB said that this new legislation will save lives.
Well, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy reacted to the new legislation, noting that leaders have become, or may have become, comfortable with previous procedures.
Focus on safety should have always been the focus. And I think in the past, people became complacent, leaders became complacent, and we had warnings of near misses in the DCA airspace. Unacceptable.
Lawmakers say the bill represents a common sense step forward in aviation safety reform in the wake of several plane crashes over the course of 2025. Here are just a few of them. In January, a medical transport plane that had just taken off crashed into a Philadelphia neighborhood, killing all 6 people on board and 1 person on the ground. In February, a small commuter plane crashed into West Alaska, killing all 10 people on board. And on April 11th, a small plane crashed near a major highway in Florida, killing 3 people and leaving 1 person injured. Now to the tariff wars, where President Trump imposed a 25% tariff on all goods from India beginning August 1st. The president said the country's tariffs were far too high and would face additional penalty for its reliance on Russian energy and military equipment. This comes on the heels of the president reiterating that the August 1st Friday deadline will not be extended. Dozens of countries face tariffs as high as 20%. It's the highest tariff hike since 1934. Well, back here at home, local officials and police gathered this morning for the groundbreaking of a new police substation on the city's south side. This facility is being built off Yorktown and Rodfield Road across from Billwood Park. Neighborhood News reporter Tony Jaramillo spoke with Corpus Christi Police Chief Mike Markle at the ceremony. The chief says the $5.8 million project is part of a citywide plan to increase the efficiency of law enforcement.
So we're trying to go with natural boundaries and put substations, so we don't have to cross the freeway. It adds response time, right? We don't want to have to cross the OSO. It adds response time to get to a call. So we're doing those common sense things.
Substations being funded by a 2022 and 2024 bonds. It'll also include a new entrance into Del Mar College's Oso Creek campus. The facility is expected to be complete by July of next year.
Extending a helping hand. I'm Adam Beam in Portland, looking at the opportunity for Coastal Bend residents to get healthy at no cost.
Take it from there, do it, it's free.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome to the new CCISD teachers. New teacher orientation was held today at Veterans Memorial High School to prepare for the upcoming school year. According to data from the National Center for Education Statistics, the district employs about 2,000 classroom teachers from kindergarten through the 12th grade. Each year, 257 new teachers are also starting this school year, including Kimberly Curiata. She shared her excitement for the upcoming school year.
So far, what I like about teaching is being able to collaborate with students. Not only am I getting to teach our future minds, but I'm also very ready to learn from what our students may have to offer as well.
CCISD starts school August 11th.
We all want to stay healthy, but sometimes the costs can scare folks away. I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Adam Beam, at the event organized to help residents live a better life without draining their wallets.
In Portland alone, 16% of residents are medically uninsured. On top of Texas having one of the highest uninsured populations, the costs can seem insurmountable.
They go unchecked. They don't have the money to go to a health clinic.
The Texas Energy Advocates Coalition decided to step in to help make these essential services available to everyone.
Because this isn't just checking on them and their numbers today. There's resources here to get them into the right places so they can get medical attention even if they can't afford it.
The free clinic offering services as simple as healthy diet education.
To this bus right here, even offering mammograms to those who need it.
Aurelia Alaniz has always cared about the health of others, from her time as a nurse to her time hosting Zumba for her fellow Portland neighbors.
But it really does help you also to just have information for the different agencies that you may not know about. And I've learned quite a bit. This is probably my third screening in 3 years.
Utilizing the free services, Alaniz encourages the rest of the Coastal Bend do the same, as one simple checkup could save your life.
Some of these screenings are all that some people get. You don't have to go to the doctor to get these results, and then you can find out if you need to go to the doctor after getting these results. If you get checked, you might have a little red flag, and then you go to the doctor and take it from there. Do it. It's free.
Event organizers tell me their next stop will be in Robstown this fall. Reporting in Portland, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Adam Beam, Chris 6 News.
All right, if you're getting ready to hit the roadways, here's who you'll be seeing out there. A couple of folks on SPID. Doesn't look quite as busy as we tend to see at this time, but lots of sunshine, and I know it's team windows up with the AC full blast. We'll get to your forecast in a bit, but as far as traffic goes, a little stop and go on Crosstown as you're moving past Morgan and Baldwin. Nothing too slow, but keep that in mind if that's part of your commute coming up here in a bit. The interchange of the Crosstown and SPID, again, looking a little active. Nothing to write home about, but something to be aware of if you see a little extra minute here or there added to your commute. That's why. Of course, we're busy on Staples between SPID and Saratoga, but also pretty busy on Everhard after about Galahad down to SPID. So as you head out, make sure you stay safe and you drive safe. I've got your forecast after this break. Hey there, good evening. We are looking at a beautiful sky out there. A lot more clouds than, I'll be honest, I anticipated. So that saved us from hitting that 100 degrees in Corpus Christi, but it definitely felt at least that hot in your neighborhood. We are still looking at plenty of sunshine pouring on through. And notice, this is our first community bank camera. We tend to call it the shaky camera. We get a little breeze going by, and yeah, that camera is doing a little dance. So don't want you to get seasick. Let's talk about the heat. And hopefully you're not getting heat sick, because we have been near those record high temperatures the past couple of days. We were just shy of 100 degrees, came in at 99 at the airport. The record to beat, 101, last hit back in 1946. And yesterday we told you about how we were a record cool for the July 29th morning. We came in, tied that record, last hit back in 2015, 69 degrees. Normally we're starting off in those middle to upper 70s across the board. Unfortunately, we couldn't do anything spectacular with the rainfall, and that's really going to be the case for the rest of the week. We are focusing on the temperatures and the moisture in the air that isn't necessarily doing anything for us in terms of our lake levels. So let's talk about the heat over in B County. Our neighbors out here still feeling it, 98 degrees from all neighborhood stations. Taking things out closer to the coast, our south side temperatures, that influence from the Oso Creek, keeping things in those low to middle 90s. 94 off Garden Court there, 93 off Sandy Creek Homes, 92 off Bent Trail Drive, and way across the Oso, 94 from Southampton Drive. So we are still experiencing very hot temperatures. The difference today, we're starting to see more humidity come back, and that's not good because that kind of compounds the heat that we're feeling. Dew point temperatures, we are in the 70s for coastal neighborhoods, the 60s, so still muggy, and even the inland neighborhoods that got to see their dew points in the 40s yesterday, well, it's worse today. We're in the 50s. So that is the big change for the second half of the week. More humidity, but our temperatures are just still as hot. So these numbers in yellow, not looking very exciting over the next couple of days. We won't see as much difference between the actual air temperature here in white and that feels like temperature in yellow going into the rest of this week and the weekend. but they're still likely to be triple digits for many of us. So let's practice heat safety. Right now, sitting at 98 at the airport, feeling like 102, and we are going just to continue this trend of heat. And while we haven't had heat alerts, I want to remind you, you don't need heat alerts for heat to become dangerous, especially for kids, pets, and the elderly. They're more susceptible to heat-related illness. We say heat because it's not just the temperature, it's the humidity. But the difference in numbers you'll see over the next couple of days, as I mentioned, we're seeing denser air because there's more moisture in it. So we're not going to have those big changes from the morning low temperature and the afternoon high temperature. But the afternoon high temperature is still going to be aggressively hot. So keep that in mind. Check in on your neighbors, your loved ones, make sure they're doing okay. Heading through the overnight, not as much relief. Those temperatures will still be in the upper 70s after midnight, a mix of clouds out there, and winds will be fairly light. There's the possibility we could see some fog into tomorrow morning, but I don't think it's going to be as noticeable as it has been the past 2 mornings. On Moisture Tracker, you'll notice there's more green headed our way. That means we'll be feeling muggy, and we would love to get some rain out of this, but it's just not in the cards for us with high pressure overhead. It's not enough lift to wring out the moisture that we're feeling in the atmosphere, unfortunately. So we'll continue to feel humid, not only through the rest of this month, but as we kick things off in the month of August. Doesn't look like the first couple of days of August will yield much rain for the coastal bend, but we'll keep an eye on how that trend continues. For our neighbors in Rockport and Kingsville, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Yes, going to be hot with a triple-digit weekend in Kingsville, and for Corpus Christi, here's a look at our next 7 days. Upper 90s. Stay cool.
Moving the city forward. I'm Ana Conejo in Sinton, introducing you to a new initiative aimed to boost sales and city exposure.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
It's a small town with big potential. I'm Ana Conejo, your neighborhood news reporter in Sinton. I'm taking a look at how the community is working together to put itself back on the map and bring new life to local businesses. The people of Sinton are ready to show what their community is all about.
Several times we've had people come into our store that are just driving through, and they have absolutely no idea that we're here.
That's Kim Grayley, the co-owner of Tia's Boutique. She, like many others, feel that their community is overlooked, but a new initiative hopes to change that.
It's long overdue, and I just think that it just took a group of like-minded people to say, hey, we can do this. We are business owners. We've started our businesses. We've promoted them this far. There's no reason we can't all do it together and have power in numbers.
Randy Hamlin is the co-creator of Sinton Forward. Their mission? Helping local businesses get their exposure in hopes of bringing in more visitors. This week, the group met to discuss new ideas to better promote the city and its businesses. Business owners like Molly and Melanie Thomas with Aunt Aggie D Pralines hope this new initiative will bring more people to Sinton.
I think we all have a stake in Sinton, continuing to grow and be, part of the community.
Sinton Forward's next meeting is scheduled for September. The group tells me that they're still looking for more businesses to join. Reporting in Sinton, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Ana Conejo, Chris 6 News.
Ana, thanks for that report. Still to come here on Chris 6 News at 5. Check this out. How visitors got the unique opportunity to get up close and personal with the USS Lexington's newest additions.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
USS Lexington Museum got a new display today, and it came via special delivery. Check this out. So the first helicopter you saw is a TH-57 Charlie Ranger trainer. Just a few days ago, it was still being used to train naval helicopter pilots. Now the second one is its replacement, the TH-73 Thrasher. Usually new aircraft exhibits are delivered to the Lexington by truck or crane. This time, well, as you can see, the Navy flew them in.
So we got the bookends of naval aviation training right here, and they did it at the Lexington. This has never happened before, not just never at the Lexington. This kind of event has never happened before, ever.
Special occasion at the Lexington, and for all of us here in the Coastal Bend, it's the second helicopter now at the museum. The other one's a Vietnam era Army Cobra helicopter. The new exhibit still has to undergo some maintenance before it goes on display, and that, of course, is going to take just a couple of weeks.
I'll tell you, that was the only breeze on there, too.
I was going to say, they had to be roasting on there a little bit. It is roasting outside.
Yes.
But, I mean, that's normal.
Yeah, you know,
with this time of year?
It's summer in South Texas. We're not far off. We're a little warmer than normal, but gosh, as we go through the second half of the week, guys, just stay cool because that humidity is going to be very, very tough.
Ooh, look at that. That's hot. That's hot.
It is.
All right, maybe it'll cool off by 6.
I hope.
All right, thanks for joining us for your Chris 6 News at 5. We're back in 30 minutes with more news from your neighborhood.
See you then.